Okay.
Corey?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
PGA, junior golf parents. How's it going out there?
Going great.
Well,
All right, man. Well, listen, welcome to our second edition of Black Junior Golf. We got some special guests that's going to talk to us a little bit about junior golf. And, you know, of course, we'll have some Q&A. And I wanted to get Mark on to talk about the points and the stars. Because some of us are really knowledgeable about the points and the stars. You know, like me, I'm a novice. Y'all are probably like experts at it. So I'm still, you know, trying to understand everything. So I was going to have Mark to go over that. And I'm going to also see if I can get Andy on in just a few minutes just to talk about the difference in D1, D2, and HBCU. And the reason I brought that point up is because we had we got different opinions about whether somebody should go to an HBCU or whether they should go to a D1 or a D2. So I just wanted to get Andy's thoughts on that since he is a coach and closely connected to us. So what I wanted to do real quick is I wanted to kick it over to Rich and just talk about junior golf lessons. For those of you that don't know Richard, he runs Sugar Creek down in Atlanta, Georgia, and one of the top 50 U.S. kids coaches in the country. So just wanted to get his take on junior golf, junior lessons. So Richard, take it away, bro.
Hey, how's everyone? Hope everyone's doing good. As he said, I'm the golf operations manager at Sugar Creek Golf and Tennis Center. And I've been managing golf courses for over 16 years, but I started my junior golf really maybe 10 years ago, and in the last 6 years, it's sort of blossomed. I usually go on to U.S. Kids Golf. I've done first tee, but I'm more interested in the U.S. Kids Golf. And in 2013 is when I went on to U.S. Kids Golf, and I'm now, like I say, a level 2 coach, and I also, like I said, one of the top 50 U.S. kids golf coaches in the U.S. When it comes to teaching juniors, I've found that the more fun they have, the better they get, the more they enjoy being out there. That's number one. Number two is having parents really involved. And when I say involved, I'm really not talking about the screaming, fussing, hollering parents, but the ones that get out and play with them and let them enjoy the game with their parents, whether it's the father or the mother. So one thing that we do is we encourage parents to be highly involved. With U.S. Kids Golf, there's 10 levels in all, but the main levels are 5. Once you get past 5, you sort of get advanced. And that's when we really start to push kids into tournaments, into, playing very competitive golf. And like I say, we always invite the parents out to caddy to be a part of it. So when I started, I said, well, I'll probably get about 20-something kids, and it ended up the first year being 60 kids, and it ended up growing over to 100-something kids over the summer. And I was in a small town at the time. So here at Sugar Creek, we have a chance to really, really blow this junior golf up. And I have 4 instructors, not including me, Nairi Williams, Kari Mitchell, Dr. Michael Blade, and Brittany Lott. She's with the LPGA. So we're building a team to be able to support what we're going to try to do with our junior golf. What I've noticed in Atlanta, there's a lot of kids, a lot of Black kids that's trying to play golf. I have 4 high schools that come to my facility, and I can already tell they don't really have the background to really compete. So that's what we're going to try to do. Atlanta doesn't have a middle school team. So we're going to start there and build our own middle school matches and stuff so that we can sort of grow it from there and then build it up for them to get to the high school. As I said, with U.S. Kids Golf, the equipment, the fun-based games, the pins that we use, all this helps kids to move forward and be better. I have one of my students, he goes to Livingstone College right now, and he's a freshman. And I have another junior, she's in the 9th grade. She's probably number 2 in North Carolina. She's 15. Very phenomenal player. So I seem like I spend most time with them because they really require my time. But I have, like I say, other kids that we've started from 6, 7-year-old that we've built up, and now they're playing middle school. Now they're playing high school. So, but I always say, we can't do it alone. We have to have the parents involved. We have to have the parents, when we give you a booklet, or however, first tee or however they do it, we don't want you to set it down at home and say, okay, well, we'll wait till they go back to class. We want the parents to definitely be involved and be a part of what the kids are trying to do. I know that my father was involved even throughout college, even throughout my mini tour days. So I still get to cherish those moments and still get to play with him, as an adult. So that's something to help keep kids going and moving. So if you're down in Atlanta, just remember Sugar Creek is about to start their junior golf program as soon as the virus and stuff pass or either gets better. And we're going to hopefully have an academy, and also possibly be putting on a junior tournament where we're inviting kids and to play in this tournament, a 2-day tournament where they pay nothing, so that college coaches can come out and see them play. So we're putting together this huge junior golf program, and we hope we can get your support there. If you have any questions or anything, I'm definitely here to answer them for you.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Richard, quick question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mo.
Hey, on your tournament that you probably have, will that be open for other people outside of Georgia?
Yes. We're looking to bring people in from all states, and be able to put them up in a hotel, feed them, let them play golf for days, let them have, we'll have conferences and talks from other college coaches and everything. So yeah, we're looking to really push this, and really looking at 2021. So to get this done.
What's the age group?
No, we'll put it on our calendar to be here.
Mm-hmm. The age group is probably going to be 12 to 18. We want to get this to where the college coaches can see be able to see the kids, and start to recruit early. It seems that from what I've seen, we're missing a piece. We're missing that piece, and we want that piece to be where coaches can go ahead and start getting an idea of building their team. We know that there was a post on the group that we have white kids that are HBCUs, and so I'm never going to say nothing's wrong with that, but we really want to get our black youth into golf more and be able to get these scholarships. So that's what we're going to be pushing for.
So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said 12 to 18, which, that's fine. But what about the younger kids? Because we have younger talent that's really, really, really good. And I think the problem is that they don't get on the radar early enough. Because I see some of these white kids that are 7, 8, 9 years old that's already getting looks, not necessarily from colleges per se, but they're getting the publicity behind them. They're getting the push because they're playing in these tournaments that they're getting exposure. And we have kids that's 7, 8, 9 years old that's shooting par, and that's black. And so, and I know you can only do so much from your facility. I get that. But is there any consideration for like even a younger division at some point?
Yes, it is. I mean, when we start our academy, we're going to have like week-long sessions where kids can come for that whole week. They're going to be able to play, and we're going to have that tournament there, with the younger kids as well. So, I mean, from what we're looking at, I mean, we're talking about really having a place where these kids can really come in and showcase their talent. I know we're starting with the older kids because this was sort of put on my plate, which was great. But we are, these younger kids really need to showcase their talent as well. And I mean, with that said, I mean, we're looking to partner with not just at Sugar Creek, but with, maybe, talking to BGA and all of us, so we can make sure these kids are able to play in these tournaments, these U.S. Kids Golf tournaments, the Hurricane Tour, all these tournaments, the tours that's out there, so that they can showcase their talent. Here in North Carolina, which I'm in Georgia now, but in North Carolina, you have the Carolina Golf Association, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Right.
You really got to get those kids out there so that they can showcase their talent and definitely put themselves under that pressure. That's the thing that we're missing, and hopefully, all these pieces are going to come together where this definitely can work.
Hey, Sean, I want to let you go before I ask Richard a couple of questions. Go ahead, Sean.
No. All I asked was the age group part of it, so I'm good.
I have a quick question whenever you're ready.
Okay, Gus, I'm gonna let you go next. Okay. Hey, so Rich, man, are y'all open back open up at Sugar Creek?
No, we're not back open yet today, and I just got the phone. I just got the phone with my manager today, and we still don't have a set date. We're probably looking at June. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
what we are gonna do as coaches and teachers, we're going to be on TV in DeKalb County, and we're going to do some virtual lessons as well. So, there's some things that we got planned while we're closed that we're going to be doing out to.
Okay. And one more question for you. What would you say is one of the things that you do as a coach to make it fun for the kids, when you're actually teaching lessons and doing clinics and whatnot?
Oh, wow. I mean, when we do fun-based games, it's from tic-tac-toe to 8-ball to, to when we're on the golf course. I mean, we also let the kids caddy for the other kids, just to make it fun, or, I'll let my son pick my shots, and he gets a kick out of that because he's going to, of course, pick something that's out of this world. So as long as he's having fun,
Right.
It makes him happy. And then you take those pieces and you give them why this happened, why that happened, because kids really eat up information, and it surprises me that the girl that I teach that's like number 2 in North Carolina, she doesn't watch golf. She only takes lessons from me, and she's like a sponge. So she's taking everything that I've given her, and that's all she knows, and she really focuses on what she knows. She doesn't focus on what nobody else does, compared to my kid that's in college. He was already been taught. So it took me a long time to break what he had in his head, and he loves to watch TV, golf. So he has, well, what's Carlos doing this, or he's doing this, and I'm like, slide that to the side. Let's figure out what you can do.
Right.
Let's take your skills and make it work for you, and not Tiger Woods or Jordan Speed skills. You know, you got the basics, and we can build on on the basics of how you swing and how you think, and stuff like that. So having both of them together is also always awesome, because she just does what she does. You know, I can tell her, okay, well, 2 or 3 degrees, hit this cut shot, and she does it because she doesn't know anything else. She doesn't watch, or what's called hits it like this, or such and such hits it like this. So, and even with them, they're older, and we do fun-based games. So they love playing tic-tac-toe. They love playing 8-ball. We love putting against each other. So I keep it exciting with them as well. So, and if it works from 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds, all the way up. So.
Okay, Gus.
One of the key issue I've seen is that you have kids that can swing the club good, but tournaments golf is different from swinging a golf club, right? A lot of the times you might see kids at a local public golf course playing good, and go to a JJ tournament, they shoot 100. Part of it because they're not used to the environment, they're not used to the faster green you're gonna see in those tournaments. So they put our kids at a big disadvantage, unless you have the funding or facility that has faster greens, different layouts. So this is something I've seen happen. Anything you have done to help other kids from that standpoint?
Yes, the course I had in Chevrolet was a 9-hole course. The greens were slow as they can be, but when the opportunity that I had is I had a chance to take kids to other golf courses and play. The 4 to 5 golf courses that was around, I take them over there, and they were in charge because they were supportive of the junior golf. I think that's going to happen in Atlanta as well. The good thing about me is working for the county, I'm going to take a van. I need a van. I'm taking 4 or 5 kids. We're going to this golf course, So, but as parents, you have. Usually you can get on putting greens, and they won't say too much. Or you can go to a golf course and say, hey, I just want my kids to put on these faster greens. Most general managers won't mind. Private golf courses is one thing, but if it's a public golf course, they got good greens. Just take them by there and let them putt. Tournament golf it's different. Trust me. I remember when I went to the mini tour and the first 2 balls went out of bounds. It's different, So I'm not even just related to kids. You got to make it competitive. Games are also competitive, And I'm not big on hollering and screaming at kids, but I am big on focus and concentration. And one thing that as parents, hey, if he's chipping, you put a 20-foot, 10-foot circle around here. We're not leaving until you make 5 in a row. We're not leaving until you make 10 in a row. Put that pressure on them. You asking for this and this and this. Well, you got to make these. Is it gonna break them? Are they gonna stop? No. Eventually they're gonna be like, yo, I can do this. So it's like I say, it's fun, but it's also, hey, we gotta make this count. Everything counts. I'll give a good example of the young lady I'm talking about is Asian, but there's a couple of more Asian parents that with their kids, and they're out there for 4 or 5 hours a day, walking with their kids and playing golf with their kids, and the kids are phenomenal. But the competitiveness I don't see in our kids, because I don't know if we're not pushing them hard enough or we're not pushing them the right way. But what I've done is I have incorporated, like I said, these fun-based games, which, you got to earn stuff. You can't just come out here and say, hey, we're going to have fun. Yeah, I can play good and I'm good. No, you're going to earn. You're going to keep getting better and better and better because I'm going to keep pushing you. And one way I push them is you got to beat me. you know, and you're not gonna beat me, you know. And I've noticed that my kids and the kids that I teach, that's what they want to do, you know. That's they want to beat dad. I was that kid, you know. When I first started, my dad would make me pick it up, you know, and I go and hit balls for hours and hours and hours, and my job was to beat my dad, you know. So now if they start to beat you, I don't know what to tell you, but nah, shoot for something else, you know. They got to shoot for something else, but they have to have that competitive motor going at all times, you know. Once you get that competitive motor stopped, it becomes a waste of time. And I'll take kids off the golf course in a heartbeat. You're not want to be competitive? We let's go. You know, another thing that I do with kids is I'll start and I'll say, okay, we're gonna play 36, and they'll be like, what's 36? At 36, you gotta quit. You know, so we'll go out and we'll play. If they get to the fourth hole and they're shot 36, we got to go in. You know, and they'll get to that point to where, okay, I want to get to the fifth hole. No, I want to get to the sixth hole. You know, and once they get, you know, once they keep pushing themselves, because they don't want to quit. Once you get them out there, kids really don't want to quit. So, but you got to quit today because you got 36 on your fifth hole. Let's go in. You know, now tomorrow, let's see if we can get to the sixth hole. And as we do that, we talk about shots. We talk about, well, why did it happen? You know, what the mistakes that you made. You know, you don't have to always play against somebody, but because golf is really against yourself. And once you teach kids, hey, you try to beat the golf course and yourself, you know, don't worry about what nobody else is doing. Let's worry about what we're doing. And you'll notice that kids will bug you to death. Daddy, let's go. I want to get on the golf course. I want to get to the sixth hole, you know. So those are things that we do.
That's a cool game, Rich. I never heard that before. Getting to 36 and then just stop it. I like that. So any other questions for Rich, you all? And you can just unmute. I just wanted to keep the background noise down. So any other questions for Rich?
Hey, Rich, since this is being recorded, man, can't you say that the kids, if they can beat you, they should start giving you some strokes or something?
Well, you know, we talk about
I need strokes right now, man. My kid beat me at the age of 9, man. I was mad.
Now what you know, that should push your competitive.
It did. It woke me up. But then as what tends to happen, this is what tends to happen. We started out playing a lot this spring. We're here in Nebraska. The courses are open. They pack. We can go to any course we want. And a lot of them know my son, and they like, go. You know, they kick it. They tell us to go. When he still needs the attention on the court, the instruction, and when I'm playing, it pulls me a little bit out of my game to go focus on his game. It seems to be the more important to focus on his game. So like Saturday, that's my birthday. You know, his mom's like, "Don't y'all want to go play?" I'm like, "No, I'm going with the fellas. I'm about to go win some money. Forget him." All right, but it's where I'm still feeding into him, and when I do that, I can't completely work on my game. You know, I just can't. So I haven't found a way to do it.
I went to it. Ain't gonna be pretty.
I haven't found a way to overcome that. You know, and that's something I've been trying to work on. But so the first, my clubs have been put up for the last, you know, I played maybe 2 rounds in the last 2 weeks, and he's played maybe 5 rounds in the last 2 weeks. You know, so.
You know, when it comes to that, I totally understand, and it's funny because to this day, when I play with my dad, I can't focus on my game. He can't focus on his game. You know, because we're trying to help each other out. You know, and you know, he's 72, 73, and we're still teaching each other. We're still helping each other out. So you know, I do understand that, but you know, when if you're out there, you know, trying to focus on your game and focus on his game, yeah, your game's gonna slide a little bit.
Yep.
And that's how, so, you know, now granted now, you know, I love my kids to death, but I got to have my me time. And my me time, my boys on the golf course, so you got to stay home. So I'm going to practice, you know.
I got you.
Hey, Rich, how many kids you got, Rich?
I got twin boys that's 14 and a little girl that's 6.
Okay.
Oh wow, man! I got the same thing here. I got twin boys 14 too.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, yeah, man. Did they play golf?
Yeah,
Mine play, but they don't like it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they like being with me, but they won't play in tournaments. They don't care about school golf. They can play. They can hit the ball, but nah, they got other things going on. Now my daughter, she's 6 now. She bugs me to death. But my boys, they can play, but.
A quick question for you, right? So when you got one of my boys, he's a +2 already, right? So do you try to have them try to go as low as they can when they're playing? For instance, be aggressive and go as low as they can, or do you try to get as much as possible on course management? Because one of the told me is that they need to learn early on how low they can go, 6 under par, 7 under par, at an early age. By the time they get to college, they understand how to feel to go low. What do you not teach your kids?
I teach my kids. I teach my 2 juniors, like I say, that I always talk about course management. Course management helps you go low. It's hard to teach a child. I want you to shoot 6 under because now they expect that all the time. Golf doesn't work. I need you to know when you're playing bad, how to manage your game. I need to know when the swing is not where it's supposed to be, how to manage your game. Because, you know, if you play in a one-day tournament, you know, that's a lot of pressure. But if you're in a 2 or 3 day tournament, one day you may get to 6 under, one day you may struggle, what you see on tour. You got to learn to manage that, stay in the hunt, you know. So if you're pushing them to go 6 or 7 under every single time, that's too much pressure. They need to know how, okay, look, the draw ain't working like it's supposed to, how I get around this golf course. You know, and I teach my 2 that all the time because the young lady that's number 2 in the state, that she was wild off the tee box. But she could scramble. So I taught her how to stay in the moment, you know, not get upset. Not, you know, when I shot 6 under today, why I didn't shoot 6 under, you know, or yesterday, why I didn't shoot 6 under today? Because your game wasn't, you know, wasn't where it's supposed to be. But you hung in there and you finished 1st or 2nd or 3rd, you know, instead of getting upset because you didn't shoot 6 under the 2nd day, you know. So I'll always say that if you teach them how to be course management, they'll make birdies. They'll make pars. They'll leave those mistakes out, you know. So I can always say, and that's how I was taught, you know, as a young man, course management. And I beat most of my people because I let them make mistakes. I will par you to death, you know, and let you make your mistakes, you know, and eventually you'll get tired of seeing them pars. So you just learn to manage what you're doing. Those 6 under pars are there. Those 6 under, those 6 or 7 under, they'll come and they'll come in waves, and then, you know, you'll hit that spurt where it don't come. So just course management is what I'll always say teach.
All right, Rich, I think we got a question from Corey.
Yeah, I do. I have a question. Because I know you're building a program for try to build a youth. And one of the things I noticed is that a lot of times with kids who they may not have a lot of money when it comes to golf, or programs that don't have as much funding, that a lot of the kids are drilled to death. They do a lot on the playing green, they do a lot of the driving range. They keep doing these drills, whereas we're fortunately in a situation where we're at a country club where the pro literally takes Camden out on the course and teaches him different types of shots. And we're talking about a 6-year-old who's learning how to hit the different types of shots on the golf course, because, you know, sometimes the public courses are overcrowded, so they don't want to, give up that space for kids to go out and learn. And so my question is, as you build your program, do you have intentions to do a lot of on-course instruction for the kids?
Yes. One thing that I believe in, one thing that before I take a job, you know, that's the first thing I say, you know, that I believe that kids should be on the golf course. And if they don't want kids on the golf course, I wouldn't even work there. So I do believe one thing about U.S. Kids Golf and you know, the difference between them and sort of First Tee is U.S. Kids Golf want kids on the golf course. You know, that's something that we believe in. The kids have to be on the golf course. Things that we do, it may be 3 holes, it may be 4 holes, 5 holes, it may not be 9 holes, but we get them on the golf course. One thing that we love to do is start kids at 25 yards and see what they can shoot 50 yards, see what they can shoot 100 yards. You know, so we continue to build them up, and we continue to give them instruction on the golf course as well. That's part of our rotation, you know, from the putting green, chipping green, to driving range, to the golf course. There's a rotation that we do that kids get on the golf course. One thing that we are looking to do is, like I said, we're going to have the middle school matches, you know, that Atlanta doesn't have. So we're gonna do that on the golf course. And when we're going to have a Sunday where kids can come out and play on the golf course at a certain time, where we know that there's going to be set. Fridays we may do parent-child, you know, so the kids can get out. And those are our tend to busy days. You know, Saturday is one of them days where, you know, that's the money day. But if they can come out late in the evening, that's fine. But, you know, the morning times during the Saturdays, it's hard to do. But you know, as Sugar Creek, we will have kids out on the golf course. And
That's awesome.
There's a program that you guys, I'll have to get for you guys, where they'll help the golf courses. They'll help pay for kids to get on the golf course.
Okay.
So I'll definitely get that over to you guys as well. So
we appreciate that, man.
Is it the youth on course?
Youth on course, yes.
Yeah. We pay. We pay $10 to get the membership, and then it's $5 for him to play. It's not all the courses, but it's a lot. But here in Nebraska, the public courses, he can play for free.
Okay.
Yeah. But you didn't tell us about that.
I thought everybody knew.
See, that's why I'm doing these damn calls, because we don't know stuff.
Yeah,
they give them their GIN number and everything. It's a little membership card.
Okay, so can you put the information on the website, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hello.
The whole state?
Hello?
It's all states.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not every course. It's selected
Yes,
courses. Courses
it's
have to opt
selected.
in.
Yes.
Selected
So
courses
what they'll
and
do-
also selected times.
Yeah, so
Correct.
usually throughout the week, it's all day throughout the week usually, and then after 1 p.m. on the weekend, here. Every course may be different, but if you notice at the MAC Champ Invitational, all the kids that were selected under their name, it said Youth on Course member, and some of those kids were 18 that had that on there, so that just meant that they were in that program for the Youth on Course.
Also, if you're a part of GSGA, you can actually get the Youth on Course membership for free. Here in Atlanta, where I am, we only pay $5 to go to those selected courses.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. In PA, we get nothing. We get nothing. That's
Sorry.
it.
Hey, is that your info?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Gus,
you
you may-
for that information. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Gus, you may want to check because it'll come up. It's on it's an app, and it'll show courses in your area that
I give
have
it a try.
that. What's that?
I give it a try.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just called Youth on Course, right?
Yep. Youth on Course. Mhm.
Yep.
So I'm gonna check into that once we finish the webinar. Let's switch gears a little bit, guys, as we get ready to, and ladies and gents, let's switch gears a little bit. I don't think we have Mark on yet. Mark, are you on? No, Mark's not on. So he's rushing to the house right now to get on the webinar. But if one of our parents can talk about the stars and the points that would really be helpful. I don't know who got the most points.
I can talk about it.
Okay. So Gus, talk to us a little bit about the point system, the stars, kind of make it simple for us that may not know a lot about it. I know some of us on immediate level, some of us don't know crap, and then some of us know more. So just talk to us a little bit, Gus, about the stars and the points.
So there are two things you mentioned there. There's a junior scoreboard ranking, and then for the age most of our kids are, the junior scoreboard ranking, and the star referred to AJGA star, right? Two separate things, right? So let's pick one. The AJGA star, right? The way it works is that it's all based on performance. You get star. So what normally happens if a kid never played in an AJGA tournament before, there's a preview, a tournament that is called a preview. This will be normally your first tournament that you enter to in AJGA.
Okay.
Based on how well you do, you can get some stars, right? Okay. Now you get one star. You get one star in AJGA once you sign in. You automatically get one star. Okay. But from that point on, you have to play a bunch of qualifiers, or you have to do good in tournaments, finish top 50%. You make the cut to keep getting one star. So it's all based on how well you finish in each tournament that determine whether you're going to get more star or not. So let me give you an example. So I got two boys. One, he's got to take about 9 star. The other one, 1 star, right? Why is that? They all play in the same tournament, right? The difference was that one of my other son, one thing I figured out is that there are tournaments you can play locally in your town that actually give you AJGA star. Okay. There's this thing called PBE map, so you can look it for your state. It'll be cheaper, and you can get, if you win a tournament, you get 1 star. If you finish top 5, you might get a star. For instance, last year, we played 3 tournaments. We played US Kids World. He finished in top 20, you might get a star, right? So there are tournaments you can play outside the AJGA where you can get star, right? The other way to get star, which some people, our parents do, you're going to be chasing it. You have to go play out a qualifier. So if you go play qualifier, you finish, say, the top, like top 50% of the field, you get a star. So you can go from tournament to tournament. Go ahead.
Is that a qualifier in a AJGA tournament?
Correct. Okay, gotcha. So you go to an AJGA tournament. This is what they'll do. For instance, so like Mark's son and my son, they'll see a tournament coming up somewhere in New York. Right. And you go sign up for the tournament, based on how many stars you have, determine if you get in the tournament or not. Okay. But if your son doesn't have enough stars to get in the tournament, now they have to go into qualifier. Okay. Within the qualifier, the top 8 sometimes get into the tournament. The top 8 finish in the qualifier, so won the tournament, get into the tournament. But you can finish in the top 50% of that field and still get a star. You may not get in the tournament, but you still get a star, right? Okay. So that's how you can accumulate a lot of stars that way, by going to this one-day tournament, and you can try to qualify your way and get those 1 star. You have 8, 9. Once you have 9 to 11 star, you can get into a good amount of tournament. But you can only play 5 tournament in AJGA every year. The maximum you can play is 5 tournament in AJGA. So unless you get invitation.
How long do those stars last, Gus?
My stars, we had them last year, they're still going on this year. But the trick is, if you go play a tournament that requires a star to get in, so once you go play, you lose 1 star. Right? You get that, right? So
unless you earn some stars.
Exactly.
So you lose a star, but you got to earn some. Okay.
Exactly. You can lose for instance, if my son go play, what we normally do, if he's going to play a tournament, I also have him playing, even though he's in the tournament, I still have him play the qualifier. That way he can still get his star back. So he get his 1 star to get in the tournament. He go to qualifier, get that 1 star back. And then now he goes in the tournament now. If he finish top 50% of the field, he'll still get another star. So we go home, we left the tournament with 1 star in our hand when we're coming back. The worst case is going there and you don't get any star. And it costs a lot of money.
And I noticed a lot of the qualifiers, Gus, they're $50, $75, and then the big tournaments, that's when it jumps up to what, $200 a tournament?
Yeah, they qualified. No, the qualifier is probably anywhere from $75 to $100 if you some of them, and then the big once the 2 to 3 day one end up being costing like probably anything 175 probably, 150 to 175.
So with that being said, on the stars, how important is it to homeschool a kid? I would have to assume that there's a good amount of homeschooling going on if you're chasing stars throughout the summer.
So for me, Mark homeschooled his kids many years ago, right? Yeah. But for me, what I had to do, I had to spend be honest, I had to spend a lot of money. I had to go one day to the tournament and fly the night before, go in there in the tournament, fly the night, and back home, because you know we all got jobs. Yeah. And so a lot of time I don't even think about the play the tournament. I was trying to accumulate stars, right? So that way, when he's a sophomore in high school, we got plenty of stars. Now we can pick and choose which tournament we want to play, right? But your first year into this, it's probably going to be you go to one tournament somewhere and then you're trying to qualify yourself in, pick your star, and go home. Because you play in that 2 day, you may get one star, you may not get that one star. It costs you a lot of money to go doing that, you know. Okay. So, and that's what I do.
Okay. So Gus, well, I'll talk to you offline. But okay, so now you're gonna hit on the points.
Yes. So for the junior scoreboard, any tournament that you play that has more than 1 day automatically get fit into junior scoreboard. The tournament will say, the tournament you register for, it will say junior scoreboard. So they want you to play at least 36 hole to give you scoreboard ranking, right? The honest truth is that locally, school that are local look at junior scoreboard, most college coaches only care about AJGA. They only really focus so much on the AJGA star, right? But because when my son, for instance, he was sponsored early this year, what the rep told me that what they looked at was AJGA and how well he did AJGA and how well he was known across different areas of golf. If you put your name on Google and can find you, that's the reason they'll help you to get sponsored. Also looking at AJGA, how well are you doing against that? That's one thing to look at. And the third, you look at your junior scoreboard after the third.
Okay.
But please look at that PBE map, because that's one way to save yourself money and be able to also to less travel. Your local town probably have a bunch of tournaments that give you star for participating.
Okay. So, but in your opinion, Gus, the AJGA are a little. They would rank a little bit higher than the juniors. That'll be ranked a little bit higher.
Yeah. So that's what college coaches, anybody who says the who's who, they all play AJGA.
Okay.
Any elite junior golfer, you know, they'll tell you, and what they use, the AJGA, they use the Rolex World Ranking. That's what they use.
Okay.
And the top of the top, a guy was #1 in Rolex World Ranking, most likely #1 in junior scoreboard anyway.
Oh, okay.
Because they play multiple day tournament anyway. But the college coaches, like Carl Phillips of the world, was going to Stanford. Majority of the time, he spent almost his time playing AJGA. He didn't play any other tournament unless they like a junior world tournament or something like that, you know.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, y'all. Any questions for Gus? Man, Gus. This is worth it, bro. We really appreciate this.
No problem.
Any questions?
At what age can you start playing AJGA?
You can start at 12.
Okay, thank you.
Good question.
Yeah, you start. I mean, as soon as they come 12, try a couple. At least try a couple qualifier. At least they get used to the setting, because they're gonna find top. I mean, it's not the nothing against the Hurricane. It's not the Hurricane. It's not US Kids. You're gonna find the best of the best playing there, right? You think sometimes your top 20, you'll be satisfied with the top 20 because you know the kind of golfers you played against. So it's they have some top talent there.
Okay.
So we got 2 years to get ready. Okay.
Yeah.
This is my first year playing in some 2-day tournaments. We've done the US Kids and the local, 1 day. but this will be John's first year playing 2 days, and we had them suckers lined up. We was gonna really get into it until the dang on COVID-19 situation showed up. So I really appreciate this information, Gus. So we're gonna look out for those AJGA tournaments.
Yeah, and then look at that PBE map also. Just go Google the PBE map, and you put your state, and that's some good information there too.
South Carolina is my state. So listen, if y'all want to help me with any of that crap, I know Mark is normally good. I think Mark is just coming on. He's not quite audio dialed in yet, but any help that y'all can give us novices, we really appreciate that. All right, any other questions for Gus, everybody? Hey, Mark, you got to come in with your audio, Mark, if you're on. Hit your audio button.
Hey, Mark, let me hold a couple hundred.
Mark, let me get 1,800, Mark.
Yeah, while Mark's going on, guys, I mean, I mentioned to you, there's only five tournaments you can play. So there's going to be, if your kid is under 15, there's all the junior all-star tournament. It's from age 12 to 15. Those are the better one normally for your kids. They're young because at least they compete against kids around the same age. So it's a good thing to do. You play 4 junior all-star and 1 they call an open tournament. So they really can't even play 5 AJGA tournament. That's it. That's all you can play unless you get invitation.
Okay. Yeah, and the thing that I notice about a lot of tournaments, Gus, is that John just turned 13, but in some of these tournaments they slap the 13 and the 18 years old together, and so a 13. That's the
open tournament. Those are open tournament. Yeah.
Right. We played in a coaches tournament. It was like a coaches tournament here in Columbia back toward the end of, I think it was end of December. And, he had to play, I think 6,700 yards. So it was a bit, but it's a good learning experience,
The open tournaments, the course is a lot longer. Yeah. They play anywhere from 6,700 all the way to 7,000. But the junior all-star, no shorter, not that much, like maybe 6,500 yards, but you're still going to find some great golfers there.
Okay.
Hey, and Justin, tell Matthew congrats on the Junior Masters, man.
Yep, thank you. Hopefully we can make it there. Hopefully things get better.
Yeah.
This is Richard. My juniors, they play in a lot of AJGA and other events, and I'll always tell them to play if you can afford it and you can get in it, play in it.
Yeah.
You got the AJGA, you're gonna be playing against the best, but winning breeds winning regardless. And competition, as long as you're getting that feel of competition, it's gonna help you in the long run. So my student that's, like I say, is a young girl that's number 2 in the state. Her mom was like that. Well, she's not ready, or she's not this. I said she's always got to be ready. I don't care what it is. Put her in it and let her play. The more competition you put your child in, the easier it is gonna be. It's gonna be for them when it is pressure. So let them play. Competition breeds competition. I mean, there's no other way around it. Get them ready for it, and let them kids play in tournaments. If like I heard Rose say his son had to play for 6,700 yards, there's a learning experience from that. Teach him, say, hey, this was a longer course for you. You had to hit longer irons in. Now you get to work on your long irons. What did you learn from it? What can you take from it? And let's build on it. Because it happened to my junior. She got stuck with the 18-year-old girls at 13 and 14, and I always made that a teaching moment for her. They're hitting irons, you hit wood. You got to hit your driver on this par 3. Right. Well, guess what? Did you hit the green? Well, yeah, I hit the green. Did they hit the green? Well, no. Okay, then. This is a learning experience. And now you're 15 and you're talked about. Everybody's talking about, well, here comes Ella. Here she comes. Because she wasn't afraid to get out there and battle against the older girl.
Yeah.
Good.
So always let them play as much as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, because if your son is before 12, U.S. Kids is great. I mean, my kids did U.S. Kids, and it's going to Pinehurst, going to the regional tournament. It's a lot of fun for the kids. Run a lot of the kids, meet kids from over the world. It's nice. Definitely do those U.S. Kids. Do those regional ones because you get some start too for regional. You can actually get start earlier actually with the regional one. You get 1 or 2 starts. Depends where you finish on regional U.S. Kids. So depends how well you do. You get some start there too as well.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question on equipment. Gus, when do you? My son's 9. We got the Ping Prodigy set last year, and I thought it was everything. And now I'm looking at it like, man, why did I get this set? I feel like I feel like I just pigeoned him in, just put him in a pigeonhole with this set of clubs. Now he loves them. Don't get me wrong, but there's some gaps in there. And so when did you guys use to go to like say adult irons with maybe a modified shaft? At what age did you do that? And I'd say his driver swing speed is my son doesn't swing hard anyway. That's the biggest problem, is trying to get him to swing probably 75 miles per hour with his driver at 10. So
can I speak on that?
Please, anyone.
Being a U.S. Kids golf coach, U.S. Kids Golf has their own set of clubs. And what I learned with U.S. Kids Golf is those clubs are built for speed. They're not distance. I mean, you're going to get your distance, regardless, but they're built for speed, and they're set up to where we want the kids to swing above 90 miles per hour.
Okay.
So I always recommend U.S. Kids clubs, to keep the speed. The heavier the club, the slower their speed is going to get. Because they may hit it but they're not building speed. They're just it's just too heavy. So we want to work on building speed up, and that's where we stick with the U.S. Kids Club. I usually start taking them out depending on how strong they are. Depending on are they out swinging the clubs, and you usually can tell they're out swinging the clubs because they're starting to hook the club. They're starting to get those light shafts through, and they're starting to hook it. So
well, that's what he's doing.
But U.S. Kids, they build their clubs up always. I would say the middle school about as far as I take the U.S. Kids clubs, because kids start to get stronger then, and start to build really good muscle. Once kids start to really hook the ball, those shafts are a little too light. The clubs are getting a little too light.
Okay.
So just look at it like that, and then maybe you might need to just go to what grade is he in? I'm sorry.
He's only in 5th grade, but we got one free reshafting with this set. That's why I got him, because you buy them and then you send them in and they'll reshaft them for free one time. So. But I didn't think it would be a year later I would be thinking about doing it.
I'm telling you, you would be surprised how quickly kids will move through a set of clubs. Especially if they have a little growth spurt. They pick up their speed. They'll definitely move through some clubs pretty fast.
Yeah.
The thing with U.S. Kids Golf is U.S. Kids Golf has a trade-in program where you trade into the next level. That's a good thing with the U.S. Kids Golf.
All right, Yumiko?
Yes, I was about to say my daughter's 11 and I've had to buy new clubs every year. So I feel your pain.
It's like, come on.
Y'all hear me?
Win.
Yes. Now, Mark, you on. All right, Mark.
What up, Mark?
Hey, ho, Sean. Hey, Mark.
What's up?
I need to borrow $1,800.
I got it. What you need for?
No, he lost money.
Who lost money?
How much you lost today?
I won $100.
Okay.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I watched my son shoot 68 from the tip, 7,300 yards with no bogeys to beat the #1 player in the world by a shot. Take that, Gus. Scorecard, motherfuckers.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Like that.
talking about.
Bogey free. First time ever shooting a bogey free round from the tips.
Mark,
Yeah.
that's bro.
That's a good round, though.
He
That's a
putting
good
that pressure
round.
on him.
It was good.
Big deal, bro.
Yeah, it was. I'm in a great mood.
Good. Hey,
We can't tell.
I'm in a good mood. I feel real. I'm drunk. I didn't drink a lot.
So Mark, we just kind of finishing up everything. We got into some stars and points, and we know you've experienced some different issues with the points and the stars. So kind of give us your take on the points and stars. Gus did a heck of a job going through it. So just kind of give us your take on the stars and points and how to earn them and what's the best route to go.
I mean, it depends on your age, but I mean, I personally think if you under 14 years old, the easiest way to go is U.S. Kids, unless you're a super elite player.
Okay.
If you under 14, U.S. Kids is the only way you could get guaranteed stars for playing against just your age group. So I think once you get to like 15 years old, you got to play against the bigger kids. It's tough to get stars, man. It's a hard game. Once you get past 14, I think there's at 14 years old, you need to have as many stars as possible, or else you're in an uphill climb, and you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to try to get little to no stars.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think, like Gus said, he going to his amateur. I think you got to play like AMs and local stuff. It's once you 14 or 15 and you don't have a lot of stars,
mm-hmm.
you trying to like win the lottery. That's what we call it here in Texas. You're trying to play in a tournament where they offer a lot of stars where you can play for cheap and try to hit a lick. You know what I'm saying? You got to be real cognizant of the fields and chase it. You got to look for weak field events and try to work those suckers.
Right.
That's how you do it.
Yep. Yeah, I was telling Mark, earlier, a lot of times you got to go to that one-day qualifier, and you're going to you finish top 50%, you might get one star, but you're going to be chasing a lot of money for all these one star to accumulate some, but it's not cheap.
Like I said, it's like once you start trying to go to qualifiers to get stars, you kind of fight an uphill battle.
Okay.
I mean, if you got a lot of money, I guess it don't matter. But like for me, I just couldn't afford it to have to go to tournaments. There's a lot of people that go to tournaments not in the tournament, and they trying to get in. That's what a lot of white boys do. White girls and white boys, they go to tournaments and they're not even in the tournament. Like I already told my son, I'm not going and you ain't in nothing. So I just I can't afford
jump
it.
in for a second?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Phil.
So throughout our time in the game, we've run into certain parents who have said that once they reach a certain ranking, goes back to what Gus was talking about, the JGS ranking. Once you reach a certain rank, you stop.
No.
You don't overplay. What's your opinion on that? Because that's what a lot of them do.
Okay. I would say this is what I believe.
But you've heard of that, right?
Yeah, I've heard. I'm not necessarily gonna say a certain rank. Well, okay, what they mean by that?
You build up enough points, enough rank. You stop. You don't overplay because then you're liable of losing position.
This is what happens. So if you look at the JGS, you ranked on your score and you ranked on your strength of field. So what a lot of parents do, if you get really ranked high off and your strength of field, so say you look at the top players from 2020. If they play in a tournament that's a weak field, even if they win it and shoot good scores, it's gonna kill their strength of field, which is 35% of their ranking. So unless you ranked in the top 10 in the world, top 20, top 40 in the world, it's not going to hurt you to play. Now, I believe, because I talk to college coaches a lot, college coaches more concerned with what your scoring differential is than what your rank is.
Yeah,
All they care about is what your differential is. So if your son and my son and whoever's son play and they all shooting 6, 7 under par, my son playing a US Am and your son is playing whatever tournament, it don't matter. All these coaches care about is what score is these kids going to shoot when they get to college. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So in a sense, I get it. I know a lot of parents that once they sign a scholarship or once they commit to college, they quit.
They back off.
Wow. Yeah, they back off. They back off. Because there ain't no point of playing once you sign. Now, college coaches like to see you play different tournaments, different weather, different field. Yeah, they want to see all that. They want to see how you playing bad. A lot of coaches like to see how you playing bad weather.
Oh yeah.
And that's such underrated. Like I had a Baylor head coach told me straight up. He said, I like North Texas players better than I like South Texas players because North Texas players playing bad weather and South Texas players playing good weather. But my tournaments in college are almost all in bad weather.
Wow.
So who player you think I'm going to look at first? And I said, man, because I was bitching. I'm like, man, every time we play, coach, we playing bad weather. He was like, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
He said, that's a real good thing. He said, because y'all ain't going to be nervous when you playing bad weather in college. And I said, and I never thought about that like that. He was like, yeah. He was like, them kids from Southern California hate playing when it's 40 degrees outside.
Cold.
That's what we playing every day. That's what, Mr. Raul from Chicago, he know. They practicing in a dome. That's the shit we playing. We playing 30-mile-an-hour weather.
Yep.
Rain. That's what I told my son. I said, when the weather bad, we go to practice because he don't understand it now. I'm like, man, bro, because you gotta learn how to play this shit.
Right.
So when it's sunny and 80 degrees outside, that's cakewalk. But everybody can't play in that good shit and that worse shit, that bad shit. I mean,
right.
But yeah, as far as the stars, I never say stop. I'm gonna play my son until he can't play no more. Like we just gonna play. Like I'm not. While I care about the rankings, long as I'm in the top 50, I'm good. I already know. Long as my son stay in the top 50, he can go whatever school he want to go to. So whether we 1 or 50, I really could care less. It's just we gotta stay in top 50. That's our goal.
Gotcha.
So.
Any questions for Mark, y'all? As we get ready to wind down this junior parent call.
I'm sorry I'm late too, y'all, man. I thought it was 7 o'clock Central. I was chilling at the bar. I'm like, man, I gotta get home for this thing. And then,
like, did it from the bar with the.
Hey, man, I was happy, bro. I thought my son was finna get his ass whooped.
Right.
So.
Good victory.
Hey, so Mark, do you let Awesome know that you're playing 100 a hole?
Yeah, he know. He know we playing for. It's his money. It's his money. It's literally his money.
I see.
Like, yeah, he know everything. And I put the prayer. Hell yeah, he know. I'm gonna fucking be pissed if he lose.
That's character.
So Mark, quick, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
How do y'all get to that point where you talk to the parents and say, hey, we're gonna play for $100 a hole? How did y'all get to that point?
Man, bro, everybody know what I do. Like, honestly, like, so so it was 4 kids playing. The one dad called me on Sunday night. He's like, hey, man, Gavin want to play also for $100 a hole. You down? And I said, yeah, just tell me when and where. He was like, Wednesday. I'm like, all right. But my son play for money. That's everybody know. That's what we do. Like, we don't play for free. My son don't play for free. Like, there's no free games.
Good.
Like, there's my wife just told me yesterday, there's very few free games. When is there a free game? When do we play for nothing? Who we play for nothing? We play $5 with Gabby. I mean, with Kenneth and they play for money. There's no free games. Fuck what she talking about. But yeah, you can turn the light on. I mean, just like we've been playing. Everybody here. I mean, now again, I can't say everybody, but in the country club life that I'm in, and all the elite golfers I'm around, they all play for money.
They all play for money. Okay, gotcha.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Hey, Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
How long has your son been playing, and what other programs has he played for?
He's never been in a program.
Okay.
It's just he's had 2 coaches in his life, Dennis Sales, and now he goes to this Asian dude named EJ Kim. He's been playing since he was 2-ish. Tournament golf since he was 5. But never been in any kind of like program or anything like that. He's never did any of that. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but where I live at in Texas, it just ain't nothing like that. Like,
okay.
I mean, it's country clubs do that's like almost like, to me, kind of like babysitting. They don't really teach them how to play golf. They kind of just play games with them, and they don't really learn how to play. So I wouldn't call it a program, what they do at these, at least at my course.
No, Mark, you're right, because by then, most of the program for their age, were 2 events already. So it's tough to do this program. There are 2 events already. So that's part of the problem.
Yeah. See, my son, we just, me and him just started playing when we just played. It was used to just be me and him, and that's it. And then he started playing against kids, and that's it.
It is Richard. Being a coach, I'd be the first person to tell you that we do programs, and it's to get kids interested in golf.
Yeah.
Once they're interested in golf, and you'll find the ones that gonna excel at it. Yeah. That's when you go to the parents and say, hey, this kid need more one-on-one. Not in these programs.
Absolutely.
But the programs are to get the kids interested into the game of golf. And then you take those that really loves the game and has that talent. You pull them to the side.
Like with me, I never had that issue. My son was a golf junkie from time he was a little baby. So I never had to get him interested. I used the video game to get him interested in golf. And he would follow me around on the golf course all day. And I mean, I never had that issue, and I'm lucky. Yeah, my son was able to start young, and I just got lucky, man. That's all I can tell y'all is I got lucky.
And I got a 6-year-old now in Atlanta. This kid is a junkie.
Yeah.
He does, and I'm not even thinking about putting him in a program. And I told his mom that, you can come to the program if you want to, but we sticking with this one-on-one. Well, this kid got skills.
That's my son. I have no plans of putting him in the program.
Okay, so here, go ahead, Court. But the one thing I will say is that I was lucky. I knew nothing. I didn't know anything. So I stumbled on U.S. Kids Golf. That was a mistake. That wasn't planned. It just was God. You know what I'm saying? It was luck. And I just happened to put him, because I thought when my whole goal was, I knew my son could play when he was 5 years old. I knew he could play. But I was like, in my mind, he couldn't play from the red tees. So to me, he couldn't play good enough for tournaments yet. The only reason I started U.S. Kids Golf, because I accidentally was there one day, they had a tournament, and just happenstance. And I saw them playing from the fairway. I'm like, oh shit, son, you could do this right now. and he was like, we went, and he begged me. He was out there actually watching me play with my homies. And we got done, and they had a U.S. Kids little local tour event, and he begged me to stay and watch. And we literally stayed and watched 9 holes. He was 5 years old. And I was like, he looked at me at 5. He was like, Dad, I could beat them right now. And I was like, man, get your ass out of here. I was like, you think you can? He was like, uh-huh. And so I signed him up. Now, it didn't happen until the next spring because that was the tour championship when I saw it. But if it wasn't for that day, I would have probably put him in the first tee or something, man. And I wouldn't have knew no better. And I can't say that I would be right here today if I would have did that because I don't know what would have happened.
So this is Corey. I think for me with Camden, programs for him, the problem is that the learning curve between the kids who are learning the game of golf from the beginning and him is totally different. I mean,
yeah. He going to the World Championship. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, literally, Camden has potential to win it, like be top 5 in the world this year. And so it's hard to put him out there with kids that are his age in programs because they're teaching grip. They are teaching just trying to make contact with the ball, where Camden today is working on keeping the ball low because it's windy. I mean, and so it's just really difficult having a six. And Camden loves like Mark. I'm blessed because Camden wakes up just loving golf. So it's not like Dad saying, hey, we need to go practice. Hey, you need to do this. It's like, Dad, can we go? And so, I am blessed. I'm in a privilege.
Don't worry, Corey. That part going to change, though.
I know. Let me enjoy this while
Corey,
we're taking this ride. Yes.
Corey, one of the things with the program, though, especially if it's kids of color, we have some programs here that Ty's never been a part of, but people think he's associated with them because they will call us down and say, hey, we're about to start the program, bring Ty down so they can see his swing and understand that we can do it.
That's important.
So we'll go down. We won't do the whole program, but we'll go down and because Steve Hogan was a top junior PGA instructor, and he passed away about 10 years ago. So he still has Hogan Heroes, and they bring the kids down, and we'll go down there and, for 1 or 2, we don't do the whole series, but we'll go down there. And Ty's more like helping,
I've been vetted. 2 people asked me to bring Camden to a program they either starting or already have black men who have, young men or young kids, not just men, that they wanted him to come and, interact with, show swings, enjoy. Fine, let's do it. But at the end of the day, they never followed up. And so I'm open to that.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story. Ty went down to Kansas City about 2 or 3 years ago. He was 6. So about 4 years ago, and he beat this kid that was probably 5 years older than him. I mean, just smoked him. The guy came back and brought some kids here to Omaha and had a tournament. And he said, "Come here." He's like, "I want you to know that young man is the number 1 player on his high school team, and your son is the reason." He said, "Once your son beat him, that's all he's like. When's he coming back? He ain't beat me no more." And that felt good. You know what I mean? It felt really, really good.
So Mark.
I'm sorry.
Mark, why you sit at a coach? Why you gonna sit at a different coach? Why? Anything different or?
Why we switch coaches?
Yeah.
I just felt like, honestly, my son was at a point with one coach, with his old coach, and I just felt like I had been looking at this Asian dude for a long time. And all his players in Texas were killing it, and he kind of wanted my son. And I just felt like I just felt like my son had outgrew the dude he was with. And it was actually, to be honest with you, Gus, it was actually my son's choice to leave. Like, I didn't do it. He said that he just wanted to hear some different things. And so I let him do it. It's harder for me because his coach now is in Houston. I live in Dallas. So we actually was supposed to be at a lesson in Houston today, but because we got called out, we kind of had to stay. I wasn't finna run from that.
Had to get that money.
Well, hey, Mark, that's funny because I live in Houston.
Go ahead, Mo.
That's funny because I live in Houston and Kendall's coach in Dallas.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Because I live in Houston. I'm on my way to Dallas tomorrow for Kendall's lesson.
Who you go to up here?
Robert McMillan.
That's funny. I know Rob. Yeah, I know Robert. The kid we play with today, ask him. He knows the kid we play with today. Robert McMillan, one of the kids we go with, go to Robert. We go to EJ Kim. You heard of Axis Junior Golf Academy where Haley Cooper and all them go? That's where we go. We go to Axis.
Okay.
And that's funny. I know Bob McMillan. I know him good. He's a good guy. Real good coach.
Being a coach, listening to you guys, and if you got kids that you want to, find a coach for, it could be tough.
Hey, Richard, I went to two brothers, man, before my son had a coach, and they both told me no. Just so you know.
They did? No, what was wrong with them?
Two brothers told me they wouldn't. No, two of them.
God, I can't speak for them. They crazy.
My son was 6 years old, bro, and two dudes told me they basically was too busy.
Wow. Nah, see, for them it's about money. Then it's not about.
100% it was about money.
Yeah,
you should play them $100 a hole now, Mark.
They wouldn't play.
But
they wouldn't play.
When you trying to when you trying to find a coach.
The programs, nothing wrong with the programs. Up here in Chicago, our playing time is limited.
Yeah.
So we use the programs. We had them in all the programs. My approach was they're gonna play in all the programs and coaching. So we had coaches and they joined up in all the programs. They were in First Tee, Bobolink, US Kids. They played in all the programs. Reason being was reps.
Yeah.
I wanted to get as much and as many reps, especially early on, as much and as many reps as possible. So
I agree.
We used to go to 4 different programs on a Saturday or on a Friday or Sunday, just so they could get reps. It was about the reps early on.
What about the coaching part? How did that?
And then they would go see a coach once a week, once every 2 weeks early on.
Same right coach or different coaches?
Same coach until we changed. Okay. So here, and this is probably going to go to Richard, and well, you Gus or Mark might know as well. Now we had brothers as coaches early on, and they were old school, so to speak.
Yeah.
Range, what they called range coaches, right? Range rat, and they would coach by vision, catch a mistake. And then we ended up with somebody that was actually using telemetry and all the technology. And that made a big difference.
Hell yeah.
Made a big difference.
Hell yeah, it do.
Because, that's when you pick up the real mistakes. That's when you can clear up. As opposed to coach that coaches, to cover up stuff.
Well, I mean, there's been this big write-up on technology as a coach. And technology is good. But if you ever look at the best players in the world, technology helps, but technology doesn't teach you how to play golf. Technology can tell you your spin rate and this and that, and and help you get the right clubs in your hand, but it's only going to take you so far. You definitely have to have a coach that understands how to play the game.
Yeah, no doubt.
And know how to take your son or daughter out there to teach them how to manage around the golf course. So technology is good, but technology is only going to take you so far. Technology, if you look on tour now, and separate the good golfers from they're all good, but the great golfers from the good golfers, most of them know how to manage themselves around the golf course, and that's a big difference than what we're missing today. It's because everybody, so like he said, his son today had a bogey-free round. That's playing golf. That's playing golf. So the equipment, like I say, I go get fitted every year, you know, and I tell my kids to go get fitted. I only want to know that the equipment is the right equipment that fits me. Once I know the equipment fits me, it's about me playing golf, you know. So yeah, I do use technology, but I don't live by technology.
Richard, where you at? Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta now. Yes.
Okay, that's my thought.
Yeah. So I'm in Atlanta. Seemed like the black capital of the world. Seemed like loving it, but I love it. But
yeah, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, I mean,
well, listen, we're at about
say that, but
we're at about an hour and 33 minutes. So I guess we can kind of wrap it up in just a little bit. You know, and plan on doing another call.
I'm sorry, Ro. How did you get this background?
He in Hawaii.
Mark, I'm gonna teach you how I got the background because you've given us the system.
You got to tell me how you got that background, bro. I got to see that. I got to do this.
All right,
It's gonna cost $100.
Okay, that's fine. I got it.
And Mark, it's free, man. It's free. All right.
Okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, I'll hook you up, bro. But man, this has been a great webinar. I'm learning a ton, you know, from you guys. Appreciate everything that y'all are doing to share with everybody. So as we wrap up the webinar, Rich, just kind of, you know, bring us up to speed on Sugar Creek, and anything else you want to share, you know, kind of close us out in 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, you know, like I say, Sugar Creek is you got a lot of history. You know, I was talking to Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe has been through there, you know, playing golf. A couple of other guys that's older tour guys, and we're going to try to get it back to where it used to be. DeKalb County is behind it, so we're going to try to really get it up and going. My plan, like I say, is I got 4 black coaches now, and we're going to try to build this up into an academy where we're going to be able to have kids come in for like a week at a time, and we really work hard on their games and let them play. And we want some of the best black golfers to come you know, to be able to come up and play with each other and be able to have a tournament that it doesn't cost the kids anything to play in. We're going to foot the whole entire bill.
What part of Atlanta are you in, sir?
I am in DeKalb County. The golf course is sort of in Atlanta, but it's in DeKalb County, southeast, right off 285.
Okay, I know where you at.
Yeah, so
Richard, you need to let me know about your program. I'm also in the DeKalb County area in Lithonia. So we're right next to Mystery Valley Golf Course.
So you're in Mystery Valley?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I haven't met you. Okay, so, you know, because DeKalb County owns both.
Right, exactly.
They own
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so I need more information about your program.
Okay.
And everybody here is on the Black Junior page that Corey started, right? Everybody's on that?
Yes.
Okay, good. So when y'all get information like Sean, you know, Sean likes to hide information and keep it from us.
No, I don't.
You know that motherfucker.
That's Mark.
He went to Illinois.
I know, right?
They all snakes.
Hey, but this has been great, y'all.
You too, Mark.
Yeah, I know.
I know we can continue all night, but I know we got other things to do. So again, I want to thank Richard. He was one of our guests, and of course, Mark got on a little late, but Gus filled in perfectly.
Thank you, Gus.
No problem. I'm there for you, man.
All right. What's up, Otis? Y'all give Otis a shout out. What's up, O?
Otis ain't got his mic on, punk ass.
Oh,
Otis Griffin.
Did he go to the barber, Otis?
How he come in at the last minute?
Otis got the championship.
Because I'm at work, man.
Man, fuck work. Quit.
You don't want to turn that camera on, Otis, so we can see that head?
Oh, see that ugly ass face?
Hey, I took my T outliners in my head, y'all. I did pretty good.
I'll go and get a haircut tomorrow, man. I'm never gonna look like this again.
Hey, man. It is, man. Got to be safe. Got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
So again, y'all, thank y'all so much. We're gonna do this again. Now, the only thing I want to ask you all is, I know on Wednesdays, you know, first Wednesday of the month, it is getting a little bit, you know, getting darker later. Do y'all want to move it to a later time, or what do y'all think?
That's fine. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern.
Let's do 9 o'clock Eastern.
Hey, I'd like to get some of the kids on too as well, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Get them off the,
I like for them to meet everybody, you know.
Yeah, the Callaway kids get on every week together or every 2 weeks. I've been seeing that.
Okay,
You know?
so let's do this. Let's get the kids on, if y'all don't mind. Let's get the kids on when we do the one in June, first Wednesday in June at 9 o'clock. Let's get the kids on as well, okay?
That's fine.
Man, some of us got young kids, dude.
Man, they can just sit there. Your kid's smart. He can sit there. He ain't got to talk.
No, hold on. No, it's not about. No, I'm talking about time because he's still in school. Well, no, he won't. He'll be out of school
in June. What school you go to?
My bad, dude. I wasn't thinking.
Forward. You trying to put Cam in year-round school? That's child abuse.
Yeah.
My bad.
Hey, Gus, congratulations on getting into junior masters or master or whatever that is.
Yes, represent.
Future masters.
Future masters. Yeah. You got to represent.
Yeah. Congratulations, Gus.
Congratulations.
Okay, y'all. Good night.
All right, man.
All right.
Bye, everybody.